I need to tell someone what happened at the gas station. It's been 3 months since I quit, and I still can't drive past that place without my hand shaking. The police said there wasn't enough evidence, but I know what I experienced, and I think he's still out there. Let me start from the beginning. I took the night shift at Murphy's Gas on Highway 47 because I needed the money. It was just me, alone from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., in the middle of nowhere. Most nights were quiet. Truckers, insomniacs, the occasional drunk college kid buying energy drinks. The job was simple enough. Stock shelves, clean, help customers, try not to fall asleep. The owner, Murphy, was this old guy who barely spoke English. When he hired me, he just said, "You watch store. You no leave store. You call police if problem." But the pay was decent. And honestly, I liked the solitude. I could listen to podcasts, study for my classes. It seemed perfect. That was before I met Derek. Derek first came in on a Tuesday night around 2 a.m. I remember because Tuesday nights were dead. No one ever came in that late on a Tuesday. He was tall, maybe 6'3", with his stringy black hair that looked like it hadn't been washed in weeks. He wore the same faded black hoodie every time, but what I noticed first were his eyes. They were too bright, like he'd been awake for days. He didn't buy anything that first night, just walked around the store, really slowly, looking at everything. The chips, the candy, the magazines, but he wasn't really looking at the products. He was looking at the store itself, the layout, the cameras, the exits. When he finally came to the counter, he just stared at me for maybe 30 seconds. Then he smiled, this wide, unnatural smile, and said, "Nice place you got here. Real, secure." I didn't know what to say to that, so I just nodded. He left without buying anything. Derek started coming in every Tuesday night, same time, 2 a.m. exactly. The second week he bought a pack of gum and asked me my name. When I told him it was Mike, he repeated it back like he was mesmerized by it. Mike, Mike. I like that name, Mike. The way he said it made my skin crawl. The third week, he knew things about me I'd never told him. "How's your Honda running, Mike?" That rattling noise getting worse. I'd never mentioned my car problems to anyone at work. The fourth week, he brought up my girlfriend, Sarah. "Sarah's pretty, Mike. Real pretty. She worry about you working nights all alone." I never mentioned Sarah. Never. And I started wondering, how long had he been watching me? That's when I started paying attention to the security cameras. Every Tuesday after Derek left, I'd rewind the footage, and I noticed something that made my blood run cold. He never came through the front door. The footage showed him already inside the store, like he'd materialized out of thin air. I checked every angle, every camera. Nothing. It was like he knew exactly where our blind spots were. I should have quit then. Should have walked out and never looked back. But I convinced myself I was being paranoid. Maybe the cameras had a glitch. Maybe he was just socially awkward. Then came the Tuesday that changed everything. Derek walked in at 2 a.m. like always. But this time he wasn't alone. There was someone else. A woman I'd never seen before. She looked terrified. She kept glancing at the exits, like she wanted to run. Derek bought his usual pack of gum, but he also grabbed a roll of duct tape, zip ties, and a disposable phone. When I rang him up, my hands were shaking so bad I could barely work the register. "Big night ahead, Mike," he said, grinning that horrible smile. "Thanks for keeping our little secret." The woman tried to catch my eye, tried to mouth something, but Derek put his hand on her shoulder, and she went rigid with fear. They left together, and I immediately called 911. But when the police arrived 20 minutes later, they found nothing. No trace of Derek or the woman, no fingerprints, no evidence they'd even been there. The security footage from that night, completely corrupted. The officer looked at me like I was making it up. Son, are you sure this happened? Sometimes night shifts can mess with your head. But I knew what I'd seen, and I knew Derek would be back. Next Tuesday, I waited. 2 a.m. came and went. Nothing. I thought maybe the police visit had scared him off. Then at 2:47 a.m., my phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. Thanks for calling the cops, Mike. Really appreciate that. Say hi to Sarah for me. Attached was a photo of my apartment building, taken from across the street, at the exact time I was reading the message. I quit that night. I didn't even wait for my replacement. I just locked up and left, but Derek wasn't done with me. For weeks after, I'd get texts, photos of me at school, at the grocery store, at Sarah's place, always from different numbers. The police said they couldn't trace them. Sarah thought I was having a breakdown. I couldn't explain it without sounding crazy. So I did the only thing I could think of. I moved, changed schools, changed my number, cut all ties to that life. It's been 3 months now, and the texts have stopped, but sometimes late at night, I still feel like I'm being watched, like Derek is out there somewhere, waiting. And the worst part? I found out later that Murphy's Gas had a history. 3 previous night shift workers had quit suddenly over the past 2 years. All of them reported similar experiences with a regular customer who knew too much. Murphy never mentioned this when he hired me. I wonder how many other Mikes are out there working alone at night, not knowing they're being hunted. If you work nights anywhere, trust your instincts. If someone makes you uncomfortable, don't ignore it. And if you ever meet someone like Derek, run. Don't try to be a hero. Just run.